I have a prop for this. Are you ready?
Sheesh,
Are
okay.
you
Hot takes?
fucking
Hashtag hot
are
takes?
you ready?
Oh,
Watch the camera, because I got some shit for you right
oh
now, bro. I
no
got some shit for you
shot.
right now, bro.
No
I
way.
got some shit for you right
Come
now,
on.
bro.
Oh.
Hello, party people. It is your boy, Joseph Noah. I am back with my co-host, JP Alfonso. This is going to be episode 3 of the J-Pod. We have a quick episode for you today, but it is going to be jam-packed with some great stuff. I'm going to start off right now. There's some things that happen in the sports world that we are not going to talk about. We just simply don't have enough time. So Tiger Woods made the cut, played pretty well at the Genesis Invitational over the weekend. Some UFC fights happened over the weekend. They weren't really notable for us to get into. Arsenal is still top of the Premier League, although we may come back and touch on this because they almost choked it. And Manchester United has a bid from the Qatari financial group. Is that how we refer to
Yes,
them as?
more or less, yeah. The Qatari
Okay,
group.
who are also own? They also own who?
PSG.
PSG. Perfect.
Yep.
So that's all stuff that we may come back to later on at a later date, specifically maybe towards the end of the year when Arsenal maybe wins the league. But so that's what we're not going to talk about. Up front, this is what we are going to talk about. So in our last episode, I had some claims that the Eagles defense was fraudulent, and I had Kirk Cousins in my top 10 QBs ahead of Aaron Rodgers. And we have a good friend, Kyle, who we mentioned a little bit, I think, on our first episode. Big time Liverpool fan, big time Jets fan. And he put us in a group chat, and he let me fucking have it.
He caught some feelings, man.
Oh, man.
Holy shit.
About the Eagles, about Kirk Cousins ahead of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he cared that Kirk Cousins was top 10. I think he was mad that he was ahead of Aaron Rodgers. So we're going to start off with my rebuttal to that. We want to touch on the Eric Bienemy situation because it is a very bad look for the NFL, in my opinion.
Great.
I'm sure everybody's been talking about it all weekend, all of these sports analysts, sports talk shows. We want to cover on NBA All-Star Weekend. Sure, many of us didn't even know NBA All-Star Weekend happened because it's a joke now.
It's a joke,
We will touch on the Russell Westbrook trade. We're going to make our official NBA Finals predictions because I did say after the All-Star break, I would make my official prediction. And then we have some Champions League this week. We'll go over what our past picks last week and do a little preview of this week.
Yeah, we got some games today.
Yep. Oh, I forgot today was Tuesday.
Yeah, I had holiday yesterday, but yes, we got some games today. Good games, especially Liverpool, Real Madrid. But we'll touch base. And then I want to call out our last guest, Christian.
Oh, yes.
On the last segment of the pod, but I'll leave it for the last one. All right.
All right. Sounds good. All right,
so
let's start it off. Kyle, this is for you, my friend. This is for you. JP, I have a question for you. I'm going to name some quarterbacks here. You tell me if you have any idea of what they all have in common. Justin Fields, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence, Davis Mills of the Houston Texans, and Ryan Tannehill of the Tennessee Titans. What do they all have in common?
I don't know, man. I mean, average?
Below average. That's fair. That's actually a great point. So they actually have two things in common. They were both top 15 in the league in getting sacked this year. You know what else they had in common?
Yep.
They all played the Eagles. Against Justin Fields, who is number 1 in getting sacked. The Eagles had 6 sacks on the Bears. That's a pretty big chunk from their league leading 77 or whatever.
Okay.
Daniel Jones, who was number 3 in the league in getting sacked this year. The first time he played the Eagles, he got sacked 7 times. The second time the Eagles played the Giants, they did play Davis Webb, but I think that goes to show that their line is trash. They got 2 sacks on Davis Webb. All right. No one from this team is in the top 15, but the Washington Commanders, what do we think about their QB situation?
I mean, trash.
Okay, thank you. So the Eagles had 12 sacks on the Commanders this year. That's so 12-2, that's 14, plus 7, 21, plus 6, that's 27 of 77 so far on some pretty fucking below average competition.
I see your point. I think, you might be right. Competition was way below is your point, right?
Exactly. So number 15 in the league in getting sacked. Unfortunately, it's our boy, Trevor Lawrence. They and I don't know how much you were watching the Jacksonville Jaguars, but Trevor Lawrence didn't turn up until the second half of the season.
Yes, 100%.
So while he forgot how to play quarterback, the Eagles got 4 sacks on him, number 15th in the league. Okay.
Okay.
Pittsburgh Steelers, a rookie Kenny Pickett. The Eagles got 6 sacks on.
Yeah.
Six, a rookie. And then Tennessee, Tannehill, number 13th in the league. Tannehill's garbage to begin with. Another 6 sacks. JP,
Wow.
that's 43 total sacks out of their 77.
That's some solid analysis there, Joey.
That's 40.
That's solid.
But guess what? They had 6 sacks on I think it was the second last game of the year against Dak, but they had 40 dropped in their head and they lost.
Yes.
They had 0 sacks on Patrick Mahomes.
I see.
38 dropped in their head and they lost. So that sack record bullshit out the window. Now let's move along. They were 12th in passing touchdowns allowed, so they weren't top 10.
Okay.
Surprised, because that defense has James Bradbury, Darius Slay, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but they were 12th, not top 10. That's interesting for a defense that is all time. Okay. JP, they were 18th in rushing touchdowns allowed.
Jesus.
They were 18th in rushing touchdowns allowed, but this is a legendary defense. What are we doing? They were 15th in rushing yards allowed per game all year. This is a top 10 defense. What are we doing?
Yep, you're right, Joey.
And then last but not least, what I will give them, and I still think this is a little underwhelming because I am a perfectionist, they were 5th in interceptions. I feel like maybe with that legendary pass rush and James Bradbury and Darius Slay, they should have been number 1. But I believe actually my 49ers were number 1. But I digress. So Kyle, the Eagles were frauds. I know they wear green like your Jets. You need to let it go. They were frauds.
He's looking into the camera and everything. Bad. Wow, suck on this toe.
Moving on.
Okay.
He questioned my Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers analysis.
And listen, let me just say, because I think I completely skipped over that one, and when I heard the pod back, I was like, Christian and I didn't say anything about this Kirk Cousins take. I mean, I know I said Justin Fields, which is probably worse than Kirk Cousins, but you got a point, man. So talk your talk. Let me hear it. Come on.
And that's fair. That's fair. However, I do want to point out that we wanted our list to kind of be current and projections towards next year.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins is 34 years old. Aaron Rodgers is 39. That's a 5-year age difference.
Yep.
2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers had an injury where he actually missed time. I think he only missed 1 game, but he had an injury where he missed time. This year, he had another injury with his thumb, and he said that was a reason for his poor play. So, Kirk Cousins has missed no games in the last years. Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, believe it or not, because the Packers look like dog shit this year, they went, in the last few years, both of them went 21-12. They both have 66% completion percentage, and Kirk Cousins has 62 touchdowns to 21 interceptions, where Aaron Rodgers has 63-16. So the numbers are about on par. However, like we said, we wanted this to be a projection. I believe that it looks like there's no doubt Kirk Cousins has better talent around him.
For sure. That is true. That part's true.
I think that we can maybe start questioning that Kirk Cousins may have a better head coach. Might be a little soon, but
yep.
How much are we giving LaFleur for going 13-3 with arguably one of the greatest, maybe a top 5 quarterback ever, you know?
Yeah, I think in terms of talent, I think you obviously would put Rodgers above Kirk Cousins. But when you say you're projecting a little bit,
exactly.
Even though I think A-Rod, 7th, I think, on my list.
And that's fair. I don't think anybody will argue that.
It's just hard to argue because if you're projecting, you don't know where he's gonna be.
Right.
Or even if he's gonna play. I mean, I saw something yesterday that he went into his retreat, his spiritual retreat or whatever, the ayahuasca trip. But apparently he's taking a camera crew with him to record it, and he might turn that into a documentary or something. So I mean, you see, is this guy committed, or I mean, I don't know, right?
Yep.
So it is weird. I mean, look, I don't agree. If I was you, I would have had A-Rod first and maybe had Kirk Cousins maybe 10th or something. I don't know. But you got a point. I mean, it's valid. If you're projecting, I think it's hard to say because you don't know if the guy's even going to play or retire.
Exactly. And let me put this out right now. I know Kirk Cousins has, primetime Kirk Cousins. He chokes, whatever, blah, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. What has Aaron Rodgers done? What has he done in the playoffs? The Niners ran him out of the playoffs twice. He didn't even have a touchdown thrown last year against the Niners. I, trust me, I think Rodgers is one of the greatest people I've ever got to see play in my lifetime. But
Regular
we're gonna
season.
talk about we're gonna talk about choking. We need to. There's times where Aaron Rodgers has choked, and then
Yep.
we're gonna so they both choke pretty equally, I would say. And let's make no doubt about it. The Vikings choked to the Giants. Kirk Cousins played pretty good.
Yeah, he did
That
all right.
defense fucking was not. They had holes. They had holes. Um, so like I said, that's why I had Kirk Cousins ahead of Rodgers.
But just,
Age,
but
no
just to
injuries.
clarify,
Yep.
in terms of talent, you got Rodgers above Kirk
Aaron
Cousins.
Rodgers is a top 5 quarterback of all time based on
Okay.
talent.
You just saying that next year you believe Kirk Cousins will have better stats, be a better quote
Yeah,
unquote player than
better players
Rodgers.
around him. Go this previous season and next year. Like taking
Sure,
that
sure.
into full consideration, I would take Kirk Cousins over Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know the cap situation in Minnesota, whether they have to pay some of those receivers this year or not. I
Right.
actually don't know. I actually thought that Kirk Cousins was a free agent. Maybe is it next year, the year after. I'm not sure, but
I'm not really sure. I know that he takes like 1 year deals every year.
yeah, most of the time. Well, yes. But listen, I think Kyle, I want to extend to you a formal invite
I think he needs to after
to
this
come.
the Eagles bullshit. He needs
Yeah,
to come on here.
he needs to come on the J Pod. He's got to face Joey 1v1, talk his talk, and we need to settle this debate. We also can talk about Liverpool. He had some stuff to say about the Jets. He said I was hating on the Jets. I was hating on
Yeah.
the Jets, which is it's
Who
true.
doesn't? Who
Who
doesn't?
doesn't? Who likes the Jets? I mean, that green color is awful.
Yeah.
Kyle, you got a formal invite to come to the J Pod. You can talk your piece. We can extend this for an hour, two, three. We can go all day.
Oh my god, all day. I
What?
kind of think that's where Kyle got a little like. I think he got a little confused. He saw the green. He's like, nah, green's good because the Eagles were
Yeah,
not
you're
good. The
right.
Eagles were not good.
And to be fair, I never seen Kyle text that much ever. He's very
Oh, he was
private.
passionate. He was
Yeah, he
passionate.
was he was heated. And, look, I gotta give him credit. He watched both of our episodes in full.
Definitely.
He's committed. He asked about the new pod yesterday. So look,
He's definitely real for that, and we definitely appreciate it. But
exactly.
we definitely need to get him on here, 100%.
Yep, Kyle. So you got an invite Friday. We'll shoot it whenever. We'll tape it whenever. And we need to hear your thoughts. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Cool, cool.
All right, moving on. Another situation that we both kind of agree with is fucked up. We don't want to get too in depth because, like you had mentioned, it is kind of political, I
Yep.
guess you could say. Eric Bienemy leaving the Commanders,
Oh, go. Yeah,
leaving for the Commanders.
correct.
Personally, I hate the Chiefs. They broke my heart because I'm a Niners fan in 2019, but I love this for him. I think he doesn't get the credit that he deserves because he's shadowed by Andy Reid. I think that there is I even hate to say this word because I just feel so
Yeah.
uncomfortable because of my skin color, but I think there's a racial bias.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Again, I don't want to get too much into that because I'm not in a place to talk. I will defend him because that is not correct. I'll stand up for what's right, but I don't want to get too much in depth. I love this for him. I think that he's going to show off on the Commanders with whatever quarterback he has. I think Terry McLaurin is going to be a dog. I think that guy Jahan Dotson from PSU is going to be a dog.
Yep.
And my hope is that next year he gets a head coaching job where he can go ahead and prove himself because I think Andy Reid is a legend. I think that Eric Bieniemy has a big hand in Patrick Mahomes' development, in Tyreek Hill's development.
Yep.
Um, I won't take anything away from Reid because you've seen him do it with the Eagles. He didn't get over that hump until he had a, top tier
Yeah.
quarterback. I love this for Bieniemy. I think it's a terrible look for the NFL that he is not getting a job. I saw like something that Nick Wright said yesterday when I was just hanging out at home. They keep saying he's bombing these interviews. Well, how did he do so well in an offensive coach interview?
Yeah.
It doesn't make fucking any sense. Wouldn't you
Yes.
think that some of the same questions would be asked?
Yes. Yeah.
Um, I hate that it has to go down like this for him, that he has to leave to prove himself. I think it's absolute bullshit, but I do think it's going to benefit him. I think he'll show what he could do with a much less talented team. And hopefully, we're sitting here in the year having this conversation. He's interviewing for head coaching jobs. Maybe he has a head coaching job. But
Yeah.
go ahead, let me hear what you think.
Well, let me give my 2 cents on this, right? It is a bit weird that you're leaving the perfect situation, right? Again, I go back to my world. It's like, let's say you work for Google and you leave Google to go to I don't want to even say a startup, like a dysfunctional place. It is a bit odd.
Yeah.
Now, is there a money component to this as well that we don't know, where he may have gotten offered a lot more money now
Right.
than before? We don't know, but I would think the Chiefs would match whatever he got offered. Now, do I love it for him? I do in concept. I think I would love for him to go to a different place and have a fair shot. But I think the Commanders, man, it's a dysfunctional place. John Snyder,
I
they
agree.
might sell this team in a year or so. I mean, they're going through investigations at the moment.
Yeah.
The only thing I can see is that they may have promised them if what's the name of the coach there, Rivera? If
Yeah.
if Rivera doesn't do well, which he hasn't really been doing,
He's underperformed.
he might get the head coaching position. But then again, I mean they have talent, but I'm not. I mean I'm not sure. Again, I love it for him for the opportunity, but I think the Commanders are not the right team because of how
Yeah.
dysfunctional they are. And it's just a little like hypocritical that John Snyder, out of everybody, Dan
Dan.
Snyder, I'm sorry, yeah, Dan Snyder is the guy giving him the shot with everything that's going on around him and all the controversy.
Right.
Um, but again, I'm happy. I just think it's the Commanders are not the right team. But I do
I
want to say something that Nick Wright brought up that I thought was interesting. You know, you brought up the racial component, and just to leave it out, just to give context to the people, right? 2018 Super Bowl, Pats versus Rams.
Yep. I saw this segment too. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Zach Taylor versus Josh McDaniels. And
Offense coordinators. Yeah.
yep, both offensive coordinators, both got jobs as head coaches at the moment.
Yep.
2019, Kansas City versus San Francisco. You had Bienemy and Mike McDaniel. Obviously, Mike is in Miami, right?
Yeah.
2020, Kansas City and Tampa. You got Bienemy and Leftwich. So
Mm-hmm.
both don't have jobs at the moment. I mean, Leftwich had his shot, but he just got fired.
Yep.
2021, Cincy Rams. Kevin O'Connell, of course, has a job. And you got Callahan, who doesn't, but he was very, very close to getting
He
one.
was super close.
Super close. And to me, the most like absurd of them all, both Philly guys this year have jobs.
Yeah.
So it's not a coincidence that you have out of, I don't know, one, two, three, four, let's say 10 people, 10 offensive coordinators or 10 coordinators. You got two who don't have jobs. One of them did get a shot
Mm-hmm.
and just got fired and left, which. So, I mean, I'll just toss this out there.
I just want to stop you for 1 second. I don't want to stop your train of
Yeah.
thought. I do think that's something that has to be noted because I just thought about it in my head. In 2018, when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, Zach Taylor wasn't even an
Nope.
offensive coordinator. He was a
Nope.
quarterbacks coach.
Ah, good point.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
So
Yep.
they took someone from an even lower position,
Yeah.
on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Um, it's not a good look. It's not a
Unless
good look.
there's something we don't know about Bienemy. I mean, he did have that, sideline fight with Mahomes. I don't
Yeah.
know what that means. To be honest, I'm not, I don't want to get too into it, but it is weird. Let's just leave it out there like
Yeah.
this. Again, I think I hope he proves his worth, but I'm just skeptical about the Commanders. I think they're the most dysfunctional team in the NFL, or close to, maybe worst three.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'll agree with that. They are, from the top down, the GM, the front office is
yeah,
as dysfunctional as they come. However, I will give them the benefit of the doubt if the front office stays out of their business,
yeah,
they do have a lot of talent on that offense. They have a
sure.
lot of talent on defense too. But you got Terry McLaurin, who, if you put him on the Chiefs, he'd be the best receiver.
But
Not
can
even a
I,
question.
you know what? I mean, since he made a lateral move, I thought about Buffalo. Why didn't Buffalo make a play? You got the Daboll situation where he left.
That's true.
Josh Allen regressed quite a bit. Why not make a play? And you bring in the guy from the building that they are the team you're trying to beat. So
Exactly.
you got information about Kansas City, about Mahomes, and it would have been a perfect fit. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even know who the offensive coordinator is in Buffalo, to be honest.
Me
You
neither.
know, but I don't know. I think there could have been better situations for him out there. We'll see what happens, but well, let's I guess.
Oh, actually, that's actually a great point because the Buffalo offensive coordinator is I think his name is John Dorsey, and he was interviewing for jobs this year.
Another one. And I mean, what did he do this year? I mean, you tell me. I didn't see anything special, but
No,
well, yeah.
I
I don't
think
know.
it was John Dorsey, something Dorsey.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I agree. Definitely a fucked up situation. I think
Like,
that the Bills would have been a good fit. I think that they're trying to paint it as, Josh Allen just needs to stop throwing interceptions. He did. I think they are trying. Look, I'm not saying this. I like Josh Allen, but
yeah,
I think they're trying to paint it as Josh Allen didn't regress. He just needs to have better processing.
sure.
I mean, you have more interceptions, you regressed. I don't think he's
Sure.
not a top 5 quarterback, but I definitely agree with that sentiment that he may have
Yep.
regressed a little bit this
I
year.
think my point overall is I think he could have gone to a better situation.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, for
But
sure.
I think that the only thing I can think of is again is they may have promised him the job if Rivera
Yeah,
doesn't do well, and I think that that's the only thing. So we'll see. But I mean,
right.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I
Uh,
hope it works out for him. I like the talent on the offense, the players. I like the
Offense is
talent on
great. Yeah,
defense.
I
They
agree.
need a quarterback. Maybe they go and get Jimmy Garoppolo, and
What are they drafting this year? Do you know?
I don't off the top of
Are
my
they
head.
top? I think they must be top 10 for sure. I have to take a look at the list, but I think they must be top 10. Which means that they can make a trade, they can move up and
Yeah,
yeah.
it's weird because I don't know their draft position. You would think that if they're in the top 10, that they'd be talking about the Commanders as a spot for
They
Stroud.
might. Yeah, so I have the list up here now. I don't see them actually. So there must be some. I mean, uh, yeah. I mean, I'm not too sure. So I mean, again, they need a quarterback bad. I think it's Heineke is a free agent as well, so they really need
Yeah.
to get this going and fix this right away.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't you throw with Bienemy, with Terry McLaurin, with Jahan Dotson, with those two running backs, Gibson and Brian Robinson, you throw Jimmy G in there, you throw Derek Carr in there.
100%.
I think that's a good team. I think they're fighting for the East for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if they win it because like I said, I think my hot take was that the Giants could win it. But that's a tough division if you add a good quarterback on that
for
team. If
sure.
if the front office stays out of their shit.
They're actually 16th, Joey, which is a bit strange. They were 8-1, so they sit at 16th. So I mean, it's tough.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty middle of the pack. I
yeah,
think they need to sign a quarterback through free agency or
and
trade.
exactly. I mean, Philly got the 10th pick from New Orleans. That's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
look, we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
Before we move on, Joey, into the NBA, I just want to, was something we forgot to put on the list, but we did not talk about this last time, and I did want to talk about it, is Rex Ryan.
Oh,
The
yes.
rumblings about him going to Denver. What are your thoughts? What do you think? I know we didn't really prep for this, but just to get your live reaction.
I think that Rex Ryan should stay right where he's at in the media. I think he's a good defensive coach. I actually liked him when he was with the Jets. Christian will back
Yep,
me up on this. I supported him.
I think we all did. Yeah,
I didn't want them to get rid of him. But I think the Broncos need to fucking focus on their shit and stop trying to make headlines. Oh, you went out and fucking traded for Russell Wilson. Congratulations. He shit the fucking bed.
yeah,
Oh, wow. You went out and traded for Sean Payton. Okay, let's see what he could do. Oh, now we're going to go ahead and poach fucking Rex Ryan from TV, just like the Colts did with Jeff Saturday.
yeah.
If that's what Peyton wants, if that's what he truly wants, go right ahead. If
You think?
Elway's in his ear saying let's get Rex Ryan, back the fuck up. Go
Sure.
let you just traded so much for this guy
Yeah,
and Wilson. Let
yeah,
him do his thing.
yeah. I
Let
mean,
him cook.
yeah, yeah. I think it's interesting. Look, it's almost like the Urban Meyer situation where you want to, like, I want to, like, when that happened with Jacksonville, I didn't think it would work with our Urban Meyer, but I
Yeah.
wanted to see it, right? Because it's like headlines and stuff. And as a
Right.
fan, I'm like, I want to see this.
Yeah.
And same with Rex Ryan. I want to see it. Like, I know honestly, I don't think it would work, but I want to see it. Like, I
Yeah.
want to see it. I think it'd be really interesting. I do have, I mean, I don't understand why the NFL still chooses to hire people that have been out of jobs for like a long time.
Yeah.
Same with the guy who got a 10-year deal from the Raiders, Gruden. Gruden
Yeah.
got a 10-year deal off TV. I mean, you should talk about Saturday and now Rex Ryan. It's a bit weird, but I want to see it. I mean, the guy was good when he was with the Jets.
Yep.
Give him a 2-year deal or something like that, and let's see what happens.
I just a side note, I love the last guy. The defense last year, I watched them up front and close because they played the Niners. That defense last year was ridiculous.
And that's my point. I mean, he's gonna inherit a really good team.
Yeah, and they
Uh,
let him go. I don't know why they let him go, but
yeah, maybe there's something more to it that we don't know. I mean, and also, what's his name? New head coach coming in, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
he might want to bring in his guys and whatever. We'll see. I mean, interesting, interesting,
yeah.
interesting moves.
I hope he stays. Real quick, do you want to do a quick break? I'm looking at the timer at the top.
Yep. Yeah.
All
Let's
right,
do a
and
quick
then we'll get
break.
back.
We'll come back.
Got
Peace.
it. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. Our next topic, we just finished talking about Eric Bienemy, the whole situation there. We're gonna go ahead and transition to some NBA. I do feel like we haven't been giving NBA enough love on this pod.
Yeah.
But we are still kind of overwhelmed with NFL seasoning. NFL season just ending.
Yep.
My bad. Like I said, I'm a little sick. I can't even think. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about All Star Weekend. I'm gonna be fully transparent. We just talked off stream. You said you watched it.
Yep.
I didn't even know it was going on. I had some family here visiting in Orlando, so I was there on Sunday.
Mickey Mouse.
Yep. Saturday, I took my brother and I and my family went out to dinner because it was his birthday yesterday. So I didn't know even though the shit was going on.
Yeah.
I have always thought All Star Weekend was a joke.
Yeah. Always.
I mean, as long as I've been watching, I got into basketball late in life,
Yeah.
about 2011, 2012, back when Derrick Rose won the MVP.
Yeah.
Um, you know, rest in peace. The All Star game hasn't been the same since Kobe.
Yes, I think that was the last good one. Actually, I had it on my
Yep.
list. The one that Kobe and Braun won. I think that was the New Orleans year. I want to
Yep.
say 2016.
Yeah.
You got that famous picture of LeBron like and guarding Kobe and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Was,
I will say it was nice to see my top 10 player that I made, Jason Tatum, nice little 55.
Yeah.
Called that 3 years ago. But we'll talk about the All-Star weekend. Let's talk about All-Star weekend.
Look, let me give my thoughts on this. I enjoy the All-Star weekend. I always have, growing up, watching, Michael Jordan and the dunk contest and all that stuff. I mean, it
Yep.
was always really fun. And to be honest, I know it sucks, but I still watch it. I make an
Yeah.
effort to watch it at least the Saturday and the Sundays. I don't really care about the Friday, the Rising Star game. Now, I think the NBA did a good thing when they switched the format and they did like this whole draft thing. I think at that time, probably what 4 years now. I think it worked for those 4 years, for these 3 years. It brought a new change to it. I like the idea of not having East and West anymore.
Yeah.
They get to draft the guys. I mean, it worked, but now this is the first year that I was like, all right, I'm over this. Even though it's kind of cool to see them draft like live on the spot, where before maybe because of the pandemic they were doing it like prior, so you kind of knew the teams going into the games. But this one, I thought it was cool. But I mean, the game itself is ass. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what to say. I mean, this year especially was much worse, and I feel like last year and the year before, players actually tried at least towards the end of the half or the quarter because there was an incentive there for like charity donations, right? So
Right.
if you won that quarter or that half, you'd get a check, and that check would go to the foundation or whatever of your choosing, and that really made them try. But this year it just felt a little off. I don't know. But the good thing about Adam Silver is that I feel like he's willing to try different things.
Yep.
And I think they need to do something about this. Like I was thinking about this before the pod. I mean, why not do like a horse competition?
Right.
One-on-ones. I mean, how cool would it be to watch a one-on-one? You see
Mhm.
Kyrie going at LeBron, for example. Like do a up, I don't know, score first to 3 points, one-on-one competition. You get 10 guys and you can run it in an hour. I mean,
Right.
that'll be awesome. Or if you want to do the games, I say no 3-point shots. We want to see it in the mid-range game, which is the old school. Maybe not even dunks. I don't know. Maybe we need to have dunks, but I don't know. Like, do something because
I
it's
agree. Yeah.
dying and dying fast.
Yeah.
I did like the dunk contest this year because of that Philly guy. I forgot his name. His name is hard to pronounce. Mac something.
Mac McClung.
McClung.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a high school like prodigy, I guess, in terms of dunking, and it was cool. He nailed all of them. It was cool. I thought the Knicks guy was an embarrassment, of course. In the 3-point contest, I mean, it is what it is, right? They try to make changes with the 4-point ball and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but again, final conclusion is it's dying. It's dying fast.
Yeah.
I thought the changes they made 2, 3 years ago were nice and they worked, but they're no longer working. And I think
Yep.
Adam Silver, knowing him, he's willing to try different things. Let's go for one-on-one competition. Let's go for horse. Let's try different things and let's see where he goes. But
Yeah. So I will say, again, I didn't watch it. I wonder if it's, you know, I'm not gonna say I wonder. I will say it's a good thing from an entertainment standpoint and for like marketing to the younger generation. My brother's 17, and I've been walking 2 miles around
Yeah.
around my complex every day. He was walking me, and he's like, "Oh, did you see Damian Lillard's in the 3 point
Yep.
competition?"
Yep.
And so he's 17. He likes it. I'm sure him and his friends talk about it. He didn't sit down and watch the game.
Yeah.
But it's something that the younger kids can talk about and get into. If the younger kids do want to watch the game, they don't play defense, so you go out there and say, "Holy shit, my favorite player Jason Tatum just dropped 55. Holy shit,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite player Damian Lillard just hit the game winner." It's something for them to get excited about. So I think marketing from that standpoint is good. Maybe we're just old.
Don't
Um,
forget the betting people, because people
ex-
bet heavily, and that's a big
exactly.
component to it, right? The
Yeah.
money. But like, I don't want to go on a rant, but you know why? Both the Pro Bowl, in a way, as well as the All-Star Weekend, is dying the way it is.
Mm,
It's all because of the media. If you think
100%.
about it, the media puts a lot of, let's say everything's about winning
Yeah.
rings, right? So Michael Jordan, all 6-0 in the finals, whatever. So these players, they have to think about winning. They
Yeah.
cannot jeopardize their bodies to play an All-Star game, so they don't
Exactly.
try.
And that's
Um,
why, yeah, and that's why I would kind of push back on your one-on-one. It would be great to see, but LeBron's not going out there one-on-oneing Tatum and twisting his ankle, you
Sure,
know?
but maybe the narrative from the media should change, where we should incentivize. I get the winning, but there was pride in being the MVP of
Yeah.
the All-Star. It counted as much as, not as much, but it's part of your legacy was,
Yeah.
okay, how many MVPs you have, how many rings you have, and how many All-Star MVPs you have.
Right.
Are you a three-point contest champion? Are you look at Michael Jordan with the dunk. Dominic Wilkins, he was sitting in the booth. I think he was one of the voters. I mean, the guy's legacy, I know he's a great player, but his legacy
It's
comes from
dunking.
the All-Star contest. I
Yeah.
mean, again, there was pride to it before, and I think the media stripped that away, because if you don't win, you suck or you're not good enough, and if you need to be healthy to win. So
Right.
it's a little bit of the narrative. I think it should shift, where they should be proud in this, man. Like in soccer, people play friendlies all the time. With
Hmm.
your national team in soccer, you have to go play friendlies because they're not tournaments consistently,
Right.
and you play hard. I mean, play hard.
Right.
Where's the pride in all of this? I mean, I get it. I understand you want to be healthy, but I mean, give the fans something.
I agree. I think and we mentioned this with Christian in our group chat. I think that they should have more an incentive on the All-Star game like they do for baseball, where the winner of the AL or the NL gets to host the World Series.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I
100%.
feel like, yeah, but I feel like you need to change the playoff format then, because guys like Damian Lillard are like, look, I'm not making the fucking finals. I'm not going out here and balling. I'm not going to hurt myself, which is why, moving on, and this is a topic for another day. I actually said this to Christian one day after watching March Madness. Every team should make the playoffs. You should have a one and done until you get the last 8 teams. Why not? Then every single team has a chance. You have the last team having a chance. If you have,
Yeah.
who is, I don't even
But
have my thing pulled up right now, but
the
whoever the
worst team in the
16th
league.
seed is, if they
Yeah.
have an all-star player who's like, oh shit, I have
Oh,
a chance to
Houston.
do something this year. Why not have all teams make the playoffs? Being
Yeah.
last place doesn't get you anything. The lottery fucks
Yeah.
that for you.
But they are addressing this already with a playing tournament, not a playing tournament of the playoffs, but they want to add a soccer style middle of the season tournament, like a March Madness style tournament, where I think it's supposed to be in December. I think there's something that's in the works. They'll have a mini competition in December. All the teams play, or a bunch of teams play, and
Yeah.
it's you win, you keep going, you lose, you go home. Right? And
Yeah.
that's so you suppose at the end of the season you will have the NBA champion, which is like the Premier League, and
Mhm.
you have like the FA Cup, which is a mini cup in
Yeah.
between within, and you get to win that. And I think you get an extra round pick, or if you win that, there's an incentive, a monetary incentive, and a bunch of picks that you get if you win that. So I mean, I like that idea. Again, the calendar is already packed, but all-Star game, I mean, they need to do something. There needs to be a big incentive there. There needs to be some pride in it. I don't know what they have to do, but I do think Adam Silver is um, smart enough to try to make a change, and he's
Definitely.
not
Yeah.
hesitant to
I
make a
like Silver.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go too far out of left field because we're not trying to have a super long podcast. But if they do something, say, okay, they have an FA Cup type style in basketball, They need to make that prestigious. I mean,
Yes.
unless you're a hardcore soccer fan like our boy
Yep.
Kyle, does anybody give a shit about the FA Cup? No, we want Manchester United to win the league and then win
Yep.
Champions League.
It's just the tradition, right? The
Yeah,
FA Cup's been going on for 100 plus years.
exactly.
And also, I mean, in the FA Cup, just not to go too far out, but you got teams from lower divisions playing, right? So,
Exactly.
do you want to add the G League teams just to give? I don't know, probably not. But the
No,
point
yeah.
is, I like the one and done style because it
Yeah,
brings intensity to it. I mean,
exactly.
7 games is a bit too much. It's kind of a lot, especially when you have like the first round. You know who's going to
Mm,
win anyway, so you got to sit through 7 games, 4 games.
yeah.
Um, but
Or you,
again,
like I
yeah,
said, decrease the season games to 72 or
100%.
62, and then do maybe the first two seeds get a bye on each conference, and then do one and done until you get the final 8 teams. Because I think the first and
Okay.
second seeds should get rewarded. Like the Nuggets should get rewarded this year.
Yep.
They're playing. Everybody's playing.
Jokic.
Jokic isn't sitting out games.
Yep.
But yeah, again, I
Well,
don't want to
how
go too
about
out of left
this?
field.
How about this? You do the All-Star game at the end of the season. Season ends, you got the champion. You go into the summer, you bring the All-Star game to Japan, to China, to Germany. You go abroad, so you expand the reach of the NBA. You
Right.
have it in the summer, so players can play because they're not playing a game 2 weeks after, and they compete
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
And again, you bring the NBA image into Europe and all the markets. You go to Brazil, you go to Argentina, you go to Africa, you play it there in the summer. Why not?
Yeah.
You know?
I still don't know if it would happen, if that would even work, because I mean it would definitely work, but didn't the Olympics this year, didn't a lot of the older guys sit out of this
Maybe,
one? So,
maybe on the Olympic year you have to switch things around, but luckily that's every 4 years only. So I know you
no,
got
but
the
I'm
FIBA.
what I'm saying is, didn't the Olympics this past year, didn't a lot of the older guys sit out? It was a lot of the younger guys
Sure.
that
Yeah,
stayed.
yeah.
So would like LeBron play in that if this end of the season All-Star game, you know?
Yeah, I mean you got to find a way to have some monetary incentive there for these
Yeah.
guys,
And maybe
otherwise.
that's a way to push the younger generation because LeBron ain't getting younger. You know,
Yep.
maybe we can go, but yo, Tatum, go lead your All-Star team into Argentina. That's a way to get Tatum some
Exactly.
recognition, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't know,
So
but they need to do something. Yeah.
all right. Well, that was a good topic. I think one day we should definitely talk about kind of what we want for the All-Star
From the
game.
NBA as well.
What we think would work, why. But anyway, so all right, you wanted to flip this around, so let's discuss the Westbrook trade.
Yeah, let's do the
Um,
Westbrook trade. Give me your thoughts first, and then I'll go because I have a lot to say, I think.
so Westbrook being traded actually influences my finals prediction. Not
Really?
I'm not gonna get too in depth with it, but it influences my finals prediction. Um, I think, and I'm not trying to give away my finals prediction. I think it's great for the Lakers. I think it actually works out for the Clippers. They said that Ty Lue and him had a sit down conversation. Which I feel like Ty Lue is a great coach. I don't think he's going to bring someone in without feeling like it's a good situation. I think that could work with that team. I was actually looking at the Clippers roster. They got some shooters. They got Kawhi. They got Paul George. Paul George can shoot, probably a little bit better than Kawhi. But if Westbrook really focuses, if Westbrook was on this Lakers team now after the trades, I think he'd be looked at a little bit differently because he doesn't have to go and shoot these dumb fucking 3-pointers. You just do what Russell Westbrook does, drive the lane. You have fucking Austin Reeves out in the corner. You have I can't even think
So,
of it right now. You got all these out in the corner. I think that works for the Clippers where you drive the paint, you kick out to Kawhi, you're in transition with Paul George. I think he should become more of a passer with the Clippers, and I think it's going to benefit them.
but should I wait for you to be done, or should I start counting your points? Because we're on complete opposite ends here.
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, I'm pretty much done
Well,
there. I don't have much to say except that I think it's going to work for the Clippers. I do.
look, I don't you think LeBron and AD and Ham sat down with him before he went to the Lakers and had a conversation as well?
Yeah, definitely. But when he first came to the Lakers, they didn't have these shooters. So he was out there taking threes. He was, driving the basket and passing out to
He
LeBron. And let's
I
be
don't
honest,
think he can
LeBron.
help himself, bro. I think he's
Oh yeah,
just that's the problem. And I feel like that's a desperation move from the
yeah,
Clippers. Totally. Now, from a money perspective, I think it makes sense. He got bought out. They
yeah,
pay him at the minimum. So, I mean, if he sucks tomorrow, you cut him, okay?
yeah.
But do you want to at the end of the day, right? Does this make the Clippers better? And if so, by how much? Now, you know, before they were probably making out of the first round, maybe second round. Are they winning a chip because of this? I really don't think so. I mean, they'll probably be a little better. Are they going to be a lot better? I don't think so. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Today, right now, before the trade, what's the difference between him and John Wall in terms of play, performance?
I was
They're the same guy, bro.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna ask who would you rather have, John
They're
Wall
the
or
same guy,
yeah.
same contract, same play style, kind of. I think Westbrook is a bit more passionate and a bit more reckless.
Mhm.
So you trade a John Wall away, and you get Westbrook in. They're the same people. That is, they play the same way. I mean, I don't really see this. Again, for the money, you take him, you see what happens. Maybe you have a little bit of extra motivation because of, oh, I got cut and I got bought out and the
Yep.
Lakers kicked me out, whatever. But so you do it, but I don't think it puts them over the top. It smells like desperation to me. I mean, I don't see it. I really don't see it. They not making the finals. No way in hell. No chance. And I
S-
don't.
Yeah.
I really don't see it.
So this is where I'll counter your point. Yes, so you say motivation. I totally agree. I think there's motivation and an emotional side of this. I think that's maybe why I'm
That's not
again,
good for Westbrook. And more
no,
emotion.
no. Wait. So this is why I think when they sat down with Ty Lue and they talked, I think that maybe he admitted to kind of change his game and be more of a distributor because one, he's from LA. That's his home. Two, he was made to look like an absolute asshole in his home because of the Lakers. Now you're on the rival. You want to be better. You want to play good. I think that and what if he fucking starts dishing to Kawhi Leonard because he's gonna start trying to make Kawhi Leonard look like he's better than LeBron. He's
So
gonna.
look,
I think that mentality might, he might change his game, and this might work for the Clippers. Again, I don't know about the finals.
he hasn't
But
changed in 15 years. Why do you
yeah,
think he's gonna change now? And I mean,
yeah,
it's the same. A guy who's been in 5 teams in the last 2 3 years.
yeah,
Why now? Like I don't see it again. Does it make them a little bit better? Yes, sure. I mean, they needed a point guard. They got a point guard. Is he going to start? I'm not sure. Maybe
Mhm.
not. But what's the end goal here for the Clippers? They're contending. You want to make the finals. Will
Right.
Westbrook make them be a contender and make the finals? I don't think so. He's not that guy anymore. I mean, it might be a distraction. He might put a little bit. Look, I think the Clippers were kind of flying under the radar a little bit. We
Me
know
too.
they're talented. Now you put the spotlight on the Clippers. Oh
Yeah,
my God, they got Westbrook. Everybody's gonna tune into the games. They play the Lakers in like 2 weeks, and I don't think the spotlight is good at this moment. Again, I don't see it. It smells like desperation. Maybe it's Ballmer trying to make a splash and bring some names, marketing to the Clippers, but it's a fucking Clippers, bro. What do we
yeah.
expect with them? I mean,
So what do you? So all right, with Westbrook. Well, with Westbrook now added into the mix, the Clippers are 33-28 in their fourth seed in the West. Where do you think they finish? And I guess what do you think their ceiling is? You
I
think
mean,
final? You think conference finals maybe?
I think no, I don't think so. So I'm looking at the standings here now. Yes, they're in fourth place. Look, they are behind the Kings. So you tell me, I mean, the Kings are not doing anything. Grizzlies. Look, I think they get out of the first round, and I'm trying to calculate the order of the games in my head real fast. They'll
Yeah,
probably play the Timberwolves first round. They'll win, and they'll probably play the Mavs come second round. I think they're not beating the Mavs. So. I don't see it. I think they'll be a tough out. They'll probably play it hard, but I don't see them going past the second round. Maximum, I'll give them the Western Conference Finals, but I mean, there's no chance they beat the Suns in the
okay,
7 game series. No way. No way.
okay.
So let me give you already, since we're already on this topic, on
Yeah,
the
let's talk
NBA
about our
Finals
finals
predictions.
predictions. Yep, official finals
Yeah,
predictions.
I'll
This is
do.
official. We have to hold this clip. We need to post this shit on TikTok.
Gotcha.
We're holding ourselves to this. This
Yeah.
is official. The official J Pod finals prediction. Yes, we
Yep.
started our podcast a little bit late, so we didn't get to make preseason predictions.
Yeah.
This is the official second half of the season. Let me hear what you got.
Mine's not changing from the last time we discussed this. I still think Suns and Mavs.
Okay.
So I'm still stuck with that on the West. With the Suns making it out to the finals. Probably if we want to go into details, I'm thinking a Suns Mavs 6 game series. I don't think it goes to 7. So I think the Suns take it in 6. On the East, Bucks Celtics, that's a 7 game series all the way. Probably like a close game on the seventh one. Um, and I think the Bucks take it. So I'm thinking Suns, Bucks in the finals. 7 game series there. Very, very competitive. Great game. And I think the Suns and CP3 take the first. Again, keeping injury, right?
Yeah. This is like saying that there's no injuries.
Yeah, CP3 is playing. All the guys are playing. I think the Suns finally win their first. Even though I must say I would be rooting for Giannis. I'm a
Yep.
Giannis fan all the way. I would
Me
love
too.
to see him win another one, but I think Suns take it 7 games.
Okay. So you want to do conference finals and then
Yep.
finals.
And then you
Okay. Perfect. So that leads me perfect into my prediction. What I forgot what I said last time. I think I said the Nuggets, the Bucks, and I
yep.
might have been a
Yep.
little high or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe a little drunk. I don't know. Maybe
100%.
maybe I was hanging out with Christian. But this is perfect because I have a prop for this. Are you ready?
Sheesh.
Are
Okay.
you
Hot takes.
fucking
Hashtag hot
are
takes.
you ready?
Um,
Watch the camera, because I got some shit for you right
oh
now, bro. I
no
got some shit for
shot.
you right now, bro.
No
I
way.
got some shit for you right
Come
now,
on.
bro.
Oh my God. I'm gonna put this on
I
TikTok. No
I
shot.
I love this Lakers team.
Oh my God.
They ain't going
No,
to the conference finals though.
we're not doing this right now. There's no
They ain't
way.
going to the conference finals though. All
Oh
right.
my God.
I just needed to wear this while I say what I'm about to say.
Is that LeBron's?
It's the one his first year. It's 23.
Ooh,
So
okay. Fire, but no chance.
I just needed to wear this because what I'm about to say is about to be blasphemous to Lakers Nation.
Oof.
I think that the Western Conference Finals will be. Let me see. Hold on. I just got to make sure this works out right. 182. Ooh. Okay. I didn't realize that. So I'm going to be assuming that the Clippers move up. I think the Clippers and the Suns will be in the Western Conference Finals, depending on how the seeding works out. I think we've seen Kawhi play defense. We've seen Paul George play defense in his past. If Kawhi is healthy, if Paul George is healthy, if Westbrook is coming off the bench like I expect him to and distributing the ball to those shooters, to hitting Paul George in transition, to getting rebounds, I think they are going to win. I think they are going to go to the finals. And I think that they will play the winner of the Eastern Conference Finals, which I think it's going to come down to the Bucks and the Celtics. And I do think that an all-around team effort is going to be the Celtics. I think Celtics Clippers, we're going to get the LA Boston rematch, just not the LA team that we thought.
So how the hell are you wearing a Lakers shirt if the Lakers are not going all the way?
Because I told you what I was about to say was blasphemous, so I had to show my loyalty.
Come on, man. It sounds like Stephen A. Smith right now.
I had to show my loyalty because
Okay, at least I'm glad that you didn't say the Lakers because I thought that's where you were going. I was about to tell you. So
I know.
you're going Clippers,
I think
Bucks,
I think no, I think Clippers Celtics.
Clippers, Celtics, Celtics
I
taking it.
yeah. I'm a huge fan of Giannis as well. I think he might be what LeBron is to like Ryan, my brother's generation. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna be the guy doing all that triple double blah blah.
So why do you think that the Clippers how do you think they beat the Suns in 7 games?
I think Kevin Durant is not. He's great, but he's not healthy, bro. He's hurt all the time, and
I
I just
mean,
feel like who are you taking? And I think Kawhi, and I think that
Kawhi's always hurt.
he is, well, allegedly he does
I
a lot
mean,
of load management. I think Kawhi can cancel out whatever KD does, whether it's on defense or they both score 20 each. I think Paul George can lock, no, not lock Booker up, but I think him and Booker kind of cancel each other out.
okay.
Um, I've always thought Chris Paul was a choke artist. You know that. I've been saying he's
Chris
overrated for
Paul will
4 years.
smoke Westbrook on defense.
But
Smoke him.
in the playoffs, though,
Smoke him.
in the playoffs,
Yeah, smoke him.
Chris
And
Paul
then
is
and who's down on the block? You got Aiton. Who's stopping Aiton from getting rebounds and dishing? Nobody. Who the Clippers got? They don't have a
you
big man.
got
Zubac.
Zubac, but
Come on, son.
you got all these wings. I was looking at it. So the Clippers have 4 players on their roster
Name
that
them.
are under 6'5", and one of them doesn't even start. The rest of the team is 6'5" and taller. You got length, you got wings, you got defense.
You know they
But
got. I mean, the Clippers got Terrence Ross, shooter.
yeah, that's what I'm
Damian
saying.
Lee. You got Shamit. I mean, who? Cameron
Hey,
Payne,
hold on.
Biombo, T.J. Warren. I mean, who's stopping these guys, man? I mean,
Oh, you're talking about the Suns?
yeah, because I mean,
Oh, I thought you said the Clippers.
no. I'm talking about the Suns. They got these guys. They got Torrey Craig, good shooter. Damian Lee, Terrence Ross. I mean, this is their bench. Shamit. TJ Warren, you got big guy Biombo coming off the bench. I mean, who do the Clippers have? I cannot see them beating them in
You
seven.
got the Clippers after that trade with Kevin Durant. The Clippers, I just feel like are a deeper team. I mean, you can go 8, 9 people deep, and all these guys are 6'8" or 6'5" or taller, and they can shoot. You got Batum, you got Robert Covington who could
Bro,
shoot the ball.
Batum is ass, son. He's old. He's
He's
washed.
he's definitely old and washed, but coming off the bench, I don't hate that. He's a
The
solid
only,
defender.
I mean, the only thing I give you is that right now the Clippers are one seed above, so they might have home court in this case if it holds. But they
Right.
only one game out, right? So it's not like the Suns can't flip
Yeah.
finish in front.
I love
I
Norman Powell. I think Norman Powell is great. I like
I
Terrence
don't.
Mann is good off the bench. Marcus Morris off the bench. You need that enforcer. I think the Suns are soft. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're fucking soft. I can never get over that Devin Booker thing when the mascot was, you remember when the mascot was celebrating or whatever under the basket and Devin Booker got mad because he
Yeah,
he
yeah.
got he got distracted on a free throw. Kevin Durant, bro, we know he's talented, but and I'll give him credit. He's been a lot better lately, but he is Twitter fingers. We all know this. Um, they're soft. They're soft, man. I don't think. I don't know. I like how Ty Lue has coached this team so far. I think that they're deeper than the Suns. I think once you have Kevin Durant or Devin Booker come out of the game, who's coming in? You don't have Mikal Bridges anymore. The Clippers got Eric Gordon. They got Bones Highland, who was a pretty solid point guard on the
You can't stop Aiden, bro. Chris Paul with the Westbrook and Aiden. I
Aiden.
don't.
I don't know. I
All he's
don't think
gotta do is
Aiden is
grab
like.
the boards.
I don't think Aiden is like the second coming of Dwight Howard or something, though.
He's better than anyone that he would start for the Clippers, no doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if starting lineup, Clippers versus Suns. You start with the point guard. Which point guard are you taking? Clippers ball, right? You agree with that? Just both teams. We need to build a five player roster. All right.
Well, I don't know what the Clippers starting lineup's going to be after the trades. But yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, as is, as constructed now, both rosters, your point guard would definitely be Chris Paul. I don't know if you agree,
yeah,
but
for sure.
okay. So that's
Well, let
one.
me put this up front because I see where you're going.
Yeah.
The Suns are definitely higher end talent. There's no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that Chris Paul is a better point guard than whoever the Clippers run out there.
Yeah.
I think Kawhi at his healthiest and Kevin Durant is healthiest. I think Kevin Durant's better, but I think that what Kevin Durant brings on offense is what Kawhi brings on defense.
Again, if you have to pick one play, you go with Durant, no doubt. I
Yeah,
think. And if you have
yeah.
to pick Paul George or Booker, who are you picking? I think
I'm picking Booker, but again, after that, what are you
eight.
doing?
You pick Aiden or Zubac.
Aiton.
That's the whole starting lineup for
But then
the
look at
Suns.
the bench. Look at the bench. I'm taking the
But
Clippers bench all day.
don't forget that in the come playoff time, the bench like shrinks down and only 2 or 3 players play. You don't rotate 5 guys. You rotate 2 or 3
Ex-
max.
exactly. But if you can get some more time for Kawhi to rest with reliable bench play, you taking more time from her. Okay, so here, Kevin Durant's what 35.
Sure.
Are you taking? Would you rather have 40 minutes from Kevin Durant or 40 minutes from Kawhi Leonard?
From KD, he'll KD is much more efficient. He'll drop like 35 on like I don't know 80%, 70% shooting, 80% shooting, easy.
I
I
don't know.
mean,
I'm taking a rested Kawhi on the defensive end. The
no,
defensive end.
I mean, okay, but it's not like KD can't play defense. So if you
No,
look,
definitely.
I think the bar, if they're leveled, KD on offense, his ceiling is higher than Kawhi's on defense, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. If you put into
100%,
perspective.
100%.
So,
I
uh,
think
yeah.
I just like I said, I think that this team is
Be a good
deeper.
game. It would be a great game if we get to see it.
Yeah.
It'd
I
be a great
think
game.
I think that the Clippers roster is deeper. They have just the talent level is gotta be, if it's not equal, it's a smidge lower.
Yeah.
They're deeper. I like Teron Lue, and I can't trust Chris Paul. And if I can't trust the point guard,
We
what
trust Westbrook.
no, not at all. But Westbrook's coming off the bench.
Do you think so? Who's starting point guard for the Clippers then? If it's not Westbrook,
Man,
I mean they don't have anybody. I'm telling
yeah.
you.
Looking at this roster, it's a little tough. I mean, I guess they could start Highland, but he's 22. He's young.
You think Westbrook will be on the bench for Highland? I bro.
I don't know what
Co-
they talked about. I don't know what they talked about. I
I,
don't know what Tyrann Lue and them talked about.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't
so I think we get the LA Boston. I think that
know.
Boston wins it, of course. Um,
Will be a great finals. I mean, actually, this is when the NBA starts to get fun for
yeah.
me. I really wish they pushed the finals to June. because there's nothing to watch in June really other than
I agree.
baseball.
Mm.
But it'll be fun. Look, we should move on to Champions League next. I think
Well,
we,
real quick,
yeah,
before Champions League, because
yeah,
I do want to move on to Champions League. What do you think? Because I have the jersey on. Do you
yeah.
think the Lakers are making the finals? Because they think the odds.
Finals? No, I
I'm
think,
sorry. I'm sorry. The playoffs.
yeah, they'll play in the play-in. I think. I mean, they have to win like 9 games, more, maybe 9, 10 games, which is hard. If AD is engaged, I think they can do it. They'll play the
Yeah.
play-in. I don't know. I mean, they'll probably play like the Pelican, not the Pelicans, but I don't even know. I have to look at who they would play. They'll probably win that, and I mean they'll go first round, get knocked out first round, more or less.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
think
I
so?
don't. Yeah, I don't see them. I mean, it all depends on matchup, right? But
Yeah.
um,
So I mean, if they make the play-in and they win, it would probably be either the Nuggets or the Grizzlies.
they
I think
might
a healthy
play.
OKC could take them.
The problem is they might play the Warriors because the Warriors they're in ninth now.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. If they play, look, it depends on the matchup, right? You got Warriors, Thunders, Jazz, Trailblazers. They beat Trailblazers, they beat the Jazz, they beat the Thunder.
Yeah.
Would they beat the Warriors if they're healthy? Tough. I mean, okay, they
Yeah.
win, they make it out, and then they play what? The Nuggets and the Grizzlies.
The Nuggets or the Grizzlies, they have the Grizzlies haven't proved themselves. I think
Now,
if the Lakers can make it, they could beat the Grizzlies.
they have a path though. If they get really lucky
100%.
and they play the Thunder or the Jazz,
Mm-hmm.
and then they play the Grizzlies or the Kings, you
Yeah.
see, like now you see a path, but it's
Yeah.
really gonna come down to matchups.
Yep.
So
So I think Nick Wright said on first things first, they need to go 14-9 to go 41-41. I think a
500,
500
yeah,
record. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
the Warriors are 29-29. They're at the ninth seed right now.
true,
So
true.
I
That
think
could work.
41-41 gets them in at least a play in.
Yeah,
LeBron swears he's gonna play every game. I think that this team, the team that they have with D'Angelo Russell, which I love that trade by the way.
yeah.
I think 14-9 is easy. I think 14-9 is easy. I want
Schedule
to
is not
see
the toughest, so it's
yeah.
doable. It's doable.
Yeah, I want to see at least an 8. I think it's not impossible to ask for like an 18-5, like a really hot streak. You squeeze into the playoffs, you squeeze into the play-in, and if that team is 18-5 going into the playoffs, and they have the Warriors in the play-in or the Timberwolves, um,
They
and
need
then
it. They
yeah,
need
and
it.
if they could win and play the Nuggets or the Grizzlies, bro, look, look. My heart says the Lakers are going to the finals. My head says the Clippers. We'll go ahead and see. I think it's going to be a Boston versus LA matchup regardless. I'm sticking with the Clippers as of right now, unfortunately. But keep your eye on the Lakers, keep your eye on King James. Unless you have anything else to say, let's go on and move on to Champions League because where do you want
Yep.
to break? Do you want to break?
Let's do a quick break and we'll come back for Champions League.
Okay, let's
All
do
right.
it.
See you in a
Yep.
bit.
All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. After that quick break, we are going to transition into some Champions League. There is one thing I wanted to leave off on NBA with, just because I haven't
Cool.
mentioned this and I feel like I should. You guys call me a bandwagoner for basketball. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm
Every
a LeBron.
sport, actually.
Relax.
All right.
I'm a LeBron fan, but I would not hate the Warriors making a run.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, I've been to the Warriors arena. I think
Fire,
that
right?
it's fire. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Again, I'm
Possible.
fully on the LeBron train.
Yep.
I unfortunately picked the Clippers, but I don't hate the idea of the Warriors making yet another run. But
Yep.
Champions League. All right,
Oof. Tough,
we
huh?
made our picks last week. Again, our buddy Kyle came at us. We kind of got shit on. However, did we get shit on though? Because we didn't make an actual pick for Bayern PSG. We just said whoever wins is gonna probably win the whole thing.
True. I mean, I kind of lean. I mean, it was kind of obvious, at least from my perspective,
That
that
you
I
want
was,
the PSG, yeah.
PSG, and I put it up on the screen if for those watching on YouTube, and
Yep.
you can see there's
And I
more
guess the same
L's,
thing. Yeah.
more L's than W's.
Oh, definitely. We got fucked.
Yeah.
However, there is a saving grace because just because we lost those 3 does not mean that they are going to lose the Champions League. I think quickly, let's go ahead and just break it down. Real quick, 20 seconds, just for people that don't watch soccer like that. Champions League is a 2-legged competition. So Milan and Tottenham, for example, they played in the first leg. Milan won 1, Tottenham was 0. I believe Milan was home, right?
Yes.
So then next round for the second leg, for anybody that does not know, they're going to flip. Tottenham's going to be home. Milan will be away. And the goals carry over. So Milan will be going into that game with a...
that it's a new change of the rule.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
carry over anymore. It used to. Correct.
Oh, it doesn't carry over.
So there is no away goal differential in the sense that if you score away goals, it doesn't benefit you on a tie. But you're
Oh,
right that it does start off like Tottenham is down 1-0 on it.
yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So they
Right.
go. Yeah. So back when we used to watch it, the away goal would carry more weight. If it was a tie
Correct.
2-2, but one team had two away goals, they would win the match.
Correct.
That
Yep.
that is gone now.
Yep.
But the goal still carries over. So
Yep.
Chelsea's going to the next game down 1-0. Milan is going to the next game down 1-0.
Up 1-0 in that case. But
Club.
well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Club Brugge is going down to the
Bruges.
next game down
Come on,
2.
Joe. Where's your French? Bruges.
Bruges, Club Bruges. And then Bayern is going into the next one with a
Yep.
1-0 lead.
Correct.
I think that's going to be a matchup to watch because, again, we mentioned last time PSG can score with any of them.
And
But
look, you want to double down on these picks because I still feel good about all of them,
me too.
except Milan. So the point is, yes, we took a L in the first game, but I think, yes, we were discussing the first leg, but I think overall here, I think PSG still goes through. They
Okay.
win, let's say 2-0 or whatever. They go through. My opinion, I think Milan is the one they will take. I don't think they lose. Benfica, it is what it is,
Yeah,
2-0.
we
Yeah.
already know that. Yeah.
And I still think Chelsea flips the result. Chelsea will be home for the next one. So I still
I agree.
think we took L's this week or last week rather, but on aggregate, once both legs are played, I
Yep.
think our picks will still stand, with exception for me on the Milan here, which I am flipping it as of now. If I
I
check
am
it.
I'm going with you as well. I picked Tottenham to win the this round. I'm flipping it. I think Milan is going to pull through.
Yep.
Um, but I'm still on board with Chelsea. Obviously, we're both on board with Benfica. And Bayern PSG is so tricky to me, but I did mention that I do want PSG to win
Yep.
because I do like that. I think them winning is going to be good for the sport. PSG to win the whole thing is going to be good for the sport. Um, but let's go ahead and move on.
Cool.
Real Madrid, we disagreed on this one. I
Yep.
think it's still going to stay that way for me. I think Real Madrid is in great form. They just won
Agree.
the Club World Cup. Right, that's what it was, the Club World Cup.
Yep. Yep.
Um, they aren't in first in the La Liga, but I think besides that, they're in great form. They're hot. Benzema. Vinny Jr. is the fucking guy. I'm sticking with Real Madrid. Both legs. Napoli, not even a question. I'm not even gonna break that down. Inter, that was my sleeper team. Gonna stick with them winning versus Porto, regardless of the first leg result. And I think we're both on Man City. However,
Yeah.
we'll see. Man
Look,
City is
and I'm gonna correct you just so Kyle doesn't get mad at me because he called us out on getting things wrong. Real Madrid is actually second in La Liga at the moment. Barcelona is actually on top.
that's why I said they're not in first.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
misheard you. Got you. Now, look, I'm going with Liverpool for the Real Madrid game today.
You did say that,
Yeah, I did say that. I don't know if it's because I want to jinx Kyle or
yeah.
I truly believe it. I think it's a bit of both. So
I think that's something we should mention because he said this man, quote word for word,
yep,
quotes, this man JP is a fucking jinx.
yep.
So
And
that's why
it
you're
might
picking him.
I may be, and we will see you today, three
That's
o'clock.
well, look, I don't want to be a dickhead or anything, but you're wearing a Brazil shirt and we saw what happened with Brazil.
Oh, come on, this is fire shirt, man.
It's fire. It's
Can I
fire,
say
but
something? You know how fucked up this is? I bought this because this is a hoodie, right? And
oh man,
Brazil's
here we
hot all
go.
the time. I bought this thinking to myself, look, if I go out to watch the finals at a bar, it's gonna be cold. It was cold December.
Oh my
I need a hoodie.
god.
I bought this thinking that I was gonna wear this at a bar in the final. I still got the tag in the back here somewhere. I gotta
Bro.
pull it out, and I never got to wear it.
Bro, if
So too
Christian
bad.
and Greg see this, they're gonna
Yeah,
absolutely eat you up.
it's
No,
true.
no weird shit. But
Nothing I can say. We took an L, and
oh
I
my
did not
god,
return this, so I am keeping it. I saved it for the pod. It's nice and fresh.
you definitely shouldn't return. It is fire. I'll give you that.
So maybe once maybe in 30 years from now we have another Winter World Cup, and maybe we need to rock it.
All right, go ahead. Picks. So you're going with Liverpool.
Let's go. Liverpool, Napoli sleeper. I think they can make a deep run. City, of course, and I'm going with Inter. And I think we're on the same page, except for this
Yeah,
one.
I'm going with Real Madrid because
Yeah.
they're just Real Madrid.
Cool.
So do you think? I guess a little side note. Give me the best three players in the world right now.
In
And
the
from your
world right
yeah,
now,
from your opinion.
Mbappe, number one. I mean, he changed that game once he came on
Yeah.
after being subbed in. Haaland still, I mean, he's not on fire like he was prior to the World Cup, but I still think in terms of talent, it's him. And if I had to pick, I mean, I know Messi's not the same anymore, but on a big spot, if he's engaged, I don't think I can take him off this list. Neymar close fourth, even though he was hurt, but I feel bad, man. Like I feel like he's people are gonna kill me for this, but I was watching him running around chasing Bayern's defense, and he was the only one running. There's a clip out there. Maybe I'll put it up if I find it, of him chasing the defensive line, running by himself, and everybody, including Messi, jogging back. And he
Yeah.
rolled his ankle in one of the PSG games this past weekend. And I don't know, man. Like I feel bad. I think he's again. He made the decision of going there. Yes, he made a lot of money, but I feel like he's really trying, and I feel bad that it's not
Yeah.
working out.
I'll
Uh,
definitely say that there's no lack of effort from Neymar. I respect that about him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's a diva and all that, but I mean,
I mean, all soccer players are nowadays. So,
yeah,
but piggybacking off what you said, so you said one Mbappe, two Haaland, correct?
yep, yep.
Do you think if PSG doesn't win, like this is a very NBA like question,
I think
if
this is the
PSG
end.
doesn't, huh?
This is the end.
But I'm saying if they don't win, do you think that knocks him down off the number one?
No, probably not at all. I think any
Oh,
team in the world would pay whatever to get him. And in
yeah,
terms of talent, he's the best.
hundred,
I do think this is the last ride, last
yeah.
run for
You
PSG.
think if they don't make it, they break it down?
As presently constructed, yes. I think either Messi goes. He doesn't have a deal signed yet. For to extend. I think Chelsea's looking heavily into Neymar. I think he wants to go. Mbappe will probably stay for another year or two before he goes to Madrid.
That's what
Uh,
I was gonna say. There's a big.
yeah.
He
I
wants.
think that
He's been wanting Madrid for a while.
to be honest, I need to see if the Qatari ownership group that is buying will buy United is the same, exactly the same as PSG. I mean, they're part of the royal family. I think this the guy putting the bid for Man U is like the head guy where if I got it right, PSG is like the guy below in terms of the family. But they're part of the same. I mean,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wealth comes from the same place. They might shift their energy and focus into United, right?
dude.
It's a f-
United. If United got Mbappe, holy
it's a
shit.
s I'm not saying they're gonna buy Mbappe, but in terms of money and infrastructure and focus, they'll probably shift the focus to United, build out some infrastructure. I mean, it's a $6 billion purchase, and I think PSG will, kind of be left out. And then once Messi leaves and Neymar leaves, they'll be just another contender, kind of.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I don't think it'll happen. And I like Rashford a lot, but
On fire.
If Mbappe went to Man United, and you got Mbappe on United and Haaland on City, oh my, that's great for the Premier League.
That'd be cool. I don't see him going to any other team other than Madrid,
Me too.
unless
Me too.
unless this Qatar people I mean they really bring in the bag and they
Yeah.
say like they real I mean I'm talking about the bag, then you can't say no.
Yeah.
But United, they have the cachet, they have the name.
Yeah.
Could happen. Let's see what this guy does. But
I
I'm really
mean,
happy for United fans. I
yeah.
really am.
I would say United is just as big as Madrid,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a brand wise.
for sure, if not bigger. And to be honest, I think it's everything that Knicks fans want is what's about to happen to United. I
Yep,
mean, you want the ownership group to sell, and
bro. Bro, until 2, 3 years ago, that's everything the Mets fans wanted. And now our owner is the richest fucking guy in baseball. So I
yeah,
get it. I get it 100%.
it's a big deal. So we'll see, we'll see. So
All right, so
we'll
that kind
on
of
Friday
tops
we'll
off.
touch yeah on Friday let's touch base on these results.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
on
only
Friday we'll recap. Speaking of Friday, let's go ahead and I want to just quickly let everybody know that does watch our podcast. So yeah, our preliminary schedule was Mondays and Fridays.
yeah
However, yesterday, obviously today is Tuesday. Yesterday we both had some things going on.
yeah
Like I said, it was my
holiday.
brother's. Yeah, it was holiday. My brother's birthday. You had some things going on too.
Yep,
So I think just so our audience knows, I think we're aiming for Mondays and Fridays. Let's not lock that in stone. But I think our overall goal is to try and just get 2 episodes a week.
yep,
Fair?
yep.
Okay.
Exactly,
Yeah, because I
exactly.
don't want, like I said, we don't have many viewers, listeners yet. They'll come.
Still growing.
Definitely. We're,
Yep,
we're doing great. But let's definitely, like I said, at least 2 episodes a week, maybe not Mondays and Fridays exactly. Especially we can maybe get Igor on a Sunday afternoon
sure.
or something, which Sunday afternoon for him, I feel like is highly unlikely because of his situation. But
Yep,
that's irrelevant. But yeah, like I said, I want to put that out there just because yesterday we missed an episode that we're doing right now. But like I said, it's because we were busy. Our
yep.
overall goal, 2 episodes a week. Besides that, we appreciate everybody for the support. Whoever's watching, whoever's listening, we're trying to make it as great as we can for you. We're trying to be funny. We're naturally funny, in my opinion. I think we kind of have a really good idea of what we're talking about. We kind of verse ourselves well in what's going on in sports and different media outlets. We take pride in what we do here, and we appreciate what we appreciate everybody who's listening. And yeah, I think, what do we say? Go ahead and like and subscribe. I think we both decided our 50 subscriber goal on YouTube, and then we'll start getting these on Spotify so people can listen to it in their car, whatever they want to do.
Cool. I just want to, before we end, I just want to call out our last guest, Christian, on one thing.
Oh, yes.
He did say when we asked him about bets for the weekend that he was not betting at all. And come Sunday or yesterday, he literally sent 10 screenshots of bets. I mean,
I'm not trying to expose him, but let me pull up my phone right now. I literally woke up. Yeah. I literally woke up to.
I mean, it's a completely
1, 2, 3 screenshots at 7:30 this morning.
He said bets. He was not betting.
Yeah.
So if I find a clip, I'm gonna put the clip of him saying that he wasn't betting. He might have told us, he might have texted us to us. I don't remember, but
you know what it was. You know what it was. For the few people that watch us and whatever, he didn't I know Taters is a big viewer. Shout out to Taters. He didn't want to get exposed when his bets were wrong. He didn't want to put his shit on the spot. So
exactly.
He's scared of the situation, man.
So listen, Christian, not cool, bro. But anyway,
not cool at all.
We're thinking whether we're gonna have him back or not. I think he deserves a.
Should we even have a Christian bet segment anymore? Is it even worth it?
I'm not sure anymore. We'll think about it.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes,
anything else to add?
Nope, nothing from me. I'll see you guys Friday, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Until next time, we will see you soon. Enjoy some sports. Enjoy our takes. You guys have a good one.
Peace.